Hello, Internet. So today we are on the map Greece. I fast forward to the game, and as you can see, I'm in the ship Colbert, the French cruiser, which has a lot of guns, a lot of fast firing guns. Now you ask what I'm doing here. This is one of my favorite spots in the game, and through this I can take care of any destroyers in the Cap A and try and help Cap B if and when required. This would be quite a ride. It was a fun game, I think, full of adrenaline rush in the later part of the game, and I pulled a few moves, which in general, if RNG wouldn't have been very forgiving, I would have been in the next battle. So stay tuned and watch because you will see quite a good video on farming, how Colbert became the best French farmer in the game. And yes, I earlier I used to give this title to the buyer at tier 8, but then after when I got the Colbert, yes, this is the best French farmer that I have here in this game. So what are we doing? So we have just been radar by the Salem, but we are in a strong position. So if your ship is small, just like mine is, you will find yourself to be in a position of power here. Now please don't mistake it for invincibility. You saw this shot from the Yamato. If I wouldn't have been actively dodging and paying attention, I mean, this could have been like what, 90% of my HP. Comment in the chat and let me know if you have been devastated in this specific position. Now, again, I'm just trying to be as careful as possible because you don't want to get shot from those 20-inch or 18-inch guns. Well, that's the reality of tier 10. You get hit by either one of those, this could be a devastating strike for them. So, be careful and keep farming. Now, as you can see, most of the enemy ships are not there, and you can see it in the map. They're either towards the 8-9 line, or you see two towards the 1-2 line, maybe a 2-3 line. Here, you got to decide what you want to do. So I decided to move forward because, as you can see, Elbing has decided to rush in the Salem. A brave decision, but you got to help your team members wherever you can. Map awareness is important. Now, you see me what I'm doing. I loaded AP. And guys, close range, these many AP shells, every 2 to 3 seconds, they start racking up damage. While our Elbin goes down, we ensure that the kill of Salem is delivered. Now here, I think bit of luck comes into play. And you will see a lot of luck in this gameplay. Now what I do here is, I start farming the W. And while doing so, I want to go off radar. When I say off radar, I mean I don't want to be detected anymore. So what I try and do here is, I see he wants to move towards his initial positions, and I try and hide behind this island. And of course, as a good Voodoo player, he drops a set of bombers at me. But then guess what? I use my reload boost. I'm sorry, my what you call it, speed booster, and I move on. Now, so far so good. Life has been good for the first 6 minutes of the game. We have racked up about a decent 65,000 damage, which isn't bad. But then it's not about damage farming all the times. As you can see, our cap B is getting taken by the enemy, but I think the Minotaur has to handle it because I can't move out like that in front of a Yamato, or else it will be a very short stay. I'll try and take I think, a crazy shot at the submarine, but then I decide what to do. Now Yamato is on one fire. I'm trying to see if I can poke another. A setback. We just lost a Hawaii and a Minotaur, but we have to fight and win the game. Now, something that has happened out here is a lot of my team members have been busy with the submarine, and of course, I joined the boost chase as well. I'll drop in the depth charges and I'll move on. And as you can see, the minute I get distracted, I get shot on by the Yamato, but then I survive. The reason why I survive is it was overpinned. If it would have traveled any length of my ship's main structure, it would have been a citadel. Because that's how vulnerable the ship is. With so many guns that you have, you're a big sailing citadel. So you got to be really careful in terms of what you're doing. Now here I try and take a shot at Yoshino, might or might not connect. But then I have a very juicy target moving towards me, which is a Vermont. Now, one of the things about Vermont is it is very susceptible to HE damage. I'm sure by now, most of you who are seasoned World of Warships player, you know how easy it is to set a Vermont on fire. So we will try and see what we can do to help our cap at B, and we will move in. I think this is the right idea because again, we are almost neck to neck with the enemy in terms of the points, but they have one more cap. We have a ship advantage. I'm sorry, we have two ship advantage, but as you saw, it takes about a second to change that game. So I try and see what the best I can do. I try and farm the Vermont and immediately 6 non-penetration but 1 fire, I'll take it. And we move forward from there. The idea right now is to cap because that's how you win, guys. And remember, farming this Vermont would have been a good idea, but then winning this game is a better idea. So I try and move forward with the cap, and in the interim, I know you can take some pot shots here. And the minute I'll go in, I'll go unspotted, and this is the best time to. Now, what you see me doing here is a classic case of the French farming. I just ensure that I try and take the maximum number of shells and ensure that they connect. One thing about these floaty shells is, they go to space and they come back, I feel like. Just like the American shells. So, you got to be really careful while farming. And please do like, comment and subscribe for more as the banner says. Now, moving forward, I'll just keep on farming. Now I've been radared. There's only one thing which can radar me in this game right now, which is the DM, because Smallland is very far off. So, first thing that I do here is I'll try and take a cover. Great thing, we have the cap thanks to the facade here. Now something that you got to be always aware of, you don't get into a close quarter fight. Sorry, you don't get into a fair close quarter fight with a ship like a Des Moines or a Sail. Because they're 6-inch shells, the super heavy AP, they don't care. They'll fire 2 rounds of HE, and if they know where they are shooting, 3 out of your 4 guns facing forward would be off and you will be defenseless. So never try and be a hero because heroes, they might look good for a clip, but then most of the times they don't end up winning. And remember guys, being more than a hero, it's important to win and position right. I try and use HE because I want to knock out his guns. Not working out the way I expect, but I will get some divine intervention in the form of some AP shells from the gun. Thank you, Conqueror, +1 to me. Now, immediately I get spotted by the BD, and what I will do here is, with the island cover that I have right now, and the Yamato not looking at me, I will immediately try and hunt that. Fast forward. The Yamato is heading into the cap, and I see the BD for a second. The minute I see it, I attack. Because remember guys, whenever you see a DD or a submarine, first thing that you need to do is shoot at them, everything else is second. Alright. Please ensure you're shooting at enemy DDs and enemy submarines. I've seen people doing things in this game which I don't mean to talk on video. Now, moving forward, if you are to check, the Yamato has decided to help the BCAP, but it's not going to go its way because I know these islands a little well, and while these floaty shells are not very good for long range, for short range they are a boon because the rate of the fire that you have is great, and you can hop on from, or rather, you can lob shells on top of the army. Now the DD tries to take a pot shot. It would be a good one. Yeah, he takes about 10k out of it. And remember, while 10k does not sound much, look at my health bar. It's 37,950. So yeah, 10k matters. Now at this point in time, I'm in a target rich environment. As you can see, the destroyer, the dying battleship, and you have a Yoshino. I'll take a couple of shots at the Yoshino because he's getting into the cap, but I'll find the destroyer. Going by my own rule, first thing that I do is I take down the destroyer, but as you can see, I'm getting farmed by both the destroyers. Thankfully, I go dark, but then at the same point in time, we have to take care of the Yoshino. Now, something that you would see me doing in this game is you would you would see me picking the targets a little differently. Now here, if you were to see, he's almost done with the cap, the Yoshino. So farming him is more important than taking a shot at the destroyer because he's the only one who has a little bit of brains and moves. They have C cap, if they take A cap and they limit 5 of us at a B, they are winning the game. But then I'm not gonna let that happen. So I try and do my best to ensure that I'm scaring away that Yoshino. Here, I think the only problem that I have is my heat is off, and the Rizan knows that, and he will take shots at me. I try and move away. I quickly put out the fire, and I try and go forward and the destroyer. But then one mistake that I make here is that I don't count for my heal time, and I pay the price. Remember, guys, at times you get too carried away, and this what ends up happening. You die, but then that's okay. We are in a good shape, and we win this game. And quickly, I'll show you the stats. So this is victory. I have 2841 base XP, which is amazing. Please do like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Thank you.